Hello everyone, I'm Mike Kruger from Weather NorCal, and you are watching Turtle Bay, Wonderful World of Animals. We've got Adrian from Turtle Bay.
Hi.
Now, I made the mistake when you were pulling this little guy out, or gal, that I said, oh, is this amphibian or or salamander?
You called him a salamander.
I know,
He's a little offended, Mike.
But then I learned something that scales,
yes.
So that makes it a reptile.
Right, so he's actually a lizard.
A
He's a monitor lizard. His name is calcadoon. He's actually called a spiny tail monitor or an Aki monitor. These guys are native to Australia, and they're actually a dwarf monitor, so they're really small. Okay. Their largest cousin is actually the Komodo dragon.
Ooh.
The largest living lizard in the world currently. They can get over 10 feet long, where this guy gets to about 16 inches long.
So you got the largest and one of the smallest.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite a wide range in that group, right? So calcadoon is really cool because these guys are found all over the deserts of Australia. And when we think of Australia, we think of the outback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's lots of reptiles out there. I'm sure we all know about the famous reptiles from Australia that are venomous. But they also have some really cool monitor species. And they actually used to have the largest living monitor way, way long ago. But that doesn't exist anymore in Australia. They have these cool little dwarf monitors, and they actually have some really cool other ones. So monitors are unique because they have these long necks and long tails. And most monitors are carnivorous. So he's going to be eating bugs. He's obviously not very big. So he's going to be looking for little bugs and worms and things in the ground.
So when you said carnivorous, I was like, what are they eating, like rats?
I know, right? Big things. They can eat small rodents if they find them.
Wow.
Small marsupials, things like that. Other lizards, snakes even, some venomous snakes sometimes. Especially the larger monitors like to eat the venomous snakes.
But like a marsupial to me is like a kangaroo, so probably not a kangaroo.
Probably not a kangaroo, but they have a lot of smaller marsupials. That's like the major place you find marsupials. There's quite a wide range down there too. Australia is very unique. So these guys can withstand really high temperatures though. Like when we think of the outback, we think of the desert, right? Mm-hmm. And our deserts
actually,
can
I
get
think of
pretty
blooming
hot.
onions.
Well, we think of like Uluru, the big rock.
Yeah.
That's really far out there and it's very hot. So these guys actually really like the desert temperatures. In fact, his basking spot is over 115 degrees. And he really needs that. He loves to just sit in that basking spot.
Yeah.
But when he gets scared, he's really small. And there's lots of things that would love to eat him, like larger lizards. There's birds of prey out there. And so his tail, that spiny tail there, is really rough. That is going to be used to help wedge himself into a rock. Just like our chuckwalla that we have here in the United States. His name is Wedge.
Sounds familiar.
Same reason. So these guys will use that tail to wrap it around their body, and they'll wedge themselves in rock crevices to protect themselves from larger predators.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was interesting learning that about Wedge, and now you.
Yeah.
Calcadoon,
when you see him stick his tongue out, you know, one more cool thing about monitors is that they have a forked tongue.
Oh,
and they use that tongue to follow scent trails.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Very cool. It's not polite to stick your tongue out at people, by the way, just to let you know. Well, thank you so much. Learned so much about calcadoon here, and not an amphibian, but a reptile because of the scales. That is the key difference there. Yep. So thank you, Adrian, and we will see you next week for another edition of Turtle Bay, Wonderful World of Animals.